along carelessly to the floor. Thank you, Rachel, for that really beautiful introduction. Thank you. And thanks, y'all, for coming tonight. Shall we do this poetry thing? I'm going to keep saying one thing and then dropping another thing on the floor. Come closer. Come closer. Come into this. Come closer. You are quite the beauty. If no one has ever told you that before, know that right now you are quite the beauty. There is joy in how your mouth dances with your teeth. Your smiles are simply signs of how sacred your life actually is, so step into it. Come closer. Come into this. Know that whatever God might be, He asked the world to help Him make something of worth. He woke from dreaming, scraped soil from the spaces, stuck somewhere inside Himself. He made you, and He was happy. You make the Lord happy. Come into this. Come closer. Know that something softer than us, but just as holy, planted pieces of Himself into our feet, that we might one day dance our way back. Know that you are almost home. Come just a little bit closer. There are birds that beat their wings beneath your breastplates. Gentle sparrows that ache to sing. Come aching hearts. Come soldiers of joy, doormen of truth. Know that my heart was too big for my body, so I let it go. And most days this world has thinned me to the point where I'm just another cloud, forgetting another flock of swans, having shaved off so many of my corners that I have felt at home only in the shape of a ball, bending myself so far backwards that the song of my mother believed that I was returning. But believe me when I tell you that my soul still squeezes into narrow spaces. Place your hand beneath your head when you sleep tonight. Maybe you will find it there. Making beauty as we sleep, as we dream, as we turn over. When we turn over in the ground, may the ghosts that we have asked our answers of do that turning, kneading us into crumbs of light and into this thing-loved thing called life. Come into it. Come, you wooden museums. Gentle tigers, little giants. I see teacups upside down, glowing across your grins. Your hearts are like my hands. Some days all they do is tremble. I am like you. I am just like you. I too at times am filled with so much fear. Like a hallway, must find the strength to walk through it. Walk through this with me. Through this church of blood, bone, and muscle that is ours. There is a doorknob that glows like chance before you. Grab it, turn, and pull. Step through. Back straight, chin up, eyes open, hearts loud. Walk through this with me. Walk through this with me. For you and I, we're not so very different. You and I, we are so much more similar than we might appear to be. We all wanted that high school sweetheart. We wanted to be young in the 50s with meatloafs and sock hops and lawns so perfect they looked like Clark Gable was kissing them. We wanted to be 13 and alive and meet a girl that was 13 and alive and walk with her past the grandstands, and sit and hold hands with, to sit and sit with, to sit and kiss with, like it was something that you would miss, but that never was. We once wanted to be poor, but not too poor. Connecting this country like Kerouac and Thumbs, pulling small-town waitresses in the backseats in trailer park homes, where the two of you would find passion expanding between the locking of your bones until morning would come to find you out on the road with your pockets empty except for your hands. But your hands would be overflowing with your soul. But that's not what happened. We once went to bed like between the bed sheets was a valley where dinosaurs still breathed. And now we would capture these triceratops and brontosauruses, but even he was opened up with the smoke that rose out of the homes and the corners we once climbed through. The streets and the footballs with which we once threw, the school desks upon which we once drew, the windows that sat open through which we once flew, before the outside world of parking spaces and dead friends came flooding on in, and we forgot what we wanted, and we became what we become. Waitresses and bartenders, city employees, temp positions, weird junkies, and one-kiss poems, and we cry the stars. As we write our scars onto dumpsters and electric boxes, because the only thing that we can hear is our hearts. The only ones listening are the streets, through the blood that breathes, through the lives we leave when we dream to rise ourselves out of these burning buildings. But it's then we get buried somewhere beneath, because I know my life is like some high school kid's notebook. That kid that shuffles back and forth between school and home, stacking the letters and the pictures too close for anyone outside of his own imagination to read, because through the ink that his heart beats, that his heart breathes, and we all just wanted to write these notes. Check if you like me. Check if you don't. Check if you'll date me. Check if you won't. Because we all wanted the love songs to be true. And we did love dinosaurs once. We wanted the stars to hold our hands, to lick the teeth, to love us. But they didn't. So let your smiles twist. Like my heart dancing precariously on the edge of my fingertips, staining them like that same high school kid, licking his thoughts, using his Sharpie tip, writing, I was here. I was here. And none of y'all can write that in the spot that I just wrote it in. I'm here breathing in, and you are here breathing out. And every breath I breathe brings me a second closer to the day that my mother may die. And every breath I take takes me a second further than the moment she caught my father's eye. And every word I carry is the stone to put into place. And the foundation that I'm building is the days in a race, something that I never saw. What all of us wanted, what none of us got, what we all had and have, what we all forgot, that we all wanted to be something, that we all became something. And it might not be the best from starting people when we were kids, but something is still something. And like some cats say, something's better than nothing. Feet are smarter than an engine, and dreams are stronger than thighs, and questions, the only answers we need to have during the years of lives, the time when I held the mind of a child, asking why is 2 + 3 always equal to 5? Where do people go to when they die? What made the beauty of the moon and the beauty of the sea? Did that beauty make you? Did that beauty make me? Will it make me something? Will I be something? Am I something? And the answer comes, you already are. You always were. And you still have time to be. Thank you. I've never been in Lancaster before, so this is a nice treat. I was saying earlier that it's always nice to get to do shows in places where you've never been before. And it seems like it was a good night to come. Come to your fair town. When I was in elementary school, and I think also in high school, we used to have to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Did you all have to? All right, well, this is about when I was a kid, and I didn't know what all the words in it actually were, so I figured that maybe they meant something else. And so there's a poem I wrote about that, because I'm a creative genius. I wrote it called The Pledge. Every morning in elementary school, the class would stand, raise our left hands, and place our right over our hearts and recite the Pledge of Allegiance together. The other part where it says one nation under God, indivisible, I always thought it was invisible. And that seemed really cool because it was like superpowers. One nation under God, invisible. I want bed sheets with Thomas Jefferson and George Washington's faces stitched across them so my forefathers might hold me when I'm tired. One nation under God, invisible. I want my coffin to be painted red, white, and blue so in death I may finally be cradled in freedom. One nation under God, invisible. I want the secrets of this country to stop being secrets and to start being the mistakes we've learned from. One nation under God, invisible. I want my country to be what it once was to me and a generation of first graders who misheard a word, mistaking it for a nation that could leap over buildings in a single bound, a nation that possessed a green ring that manifested the imagination into reality, a nation who was a simple guy who went out into the night to stop crooks using only his gut, his mind, and his heart. One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I used to hear that every morning. Every morning, we had liberty and we had justice to give to all. For the 1,680 school days of my childhood, I pledged my allegiance during the best years of my life, placing my shaking hands over my quaking heart, hoping that it beat its way out of my chest in the excitement I felt thinking about recess and chocolate milk on Fridays and no homework on the weekends and being a finger on a hand of fingers on a hand of a body of arms with the arms of a body of people that had liberty and justice to give out to every person whose hearts were beating just as rapidly as the children standing up from Miss Brown's 4th grade classroom. In an innocence of kickball and cooties, I pledged my allegiance. And I still pledge my allegiance to an innocence of kickball and cooties, foursquare and pigtails and garbage pail kids, and knowing that where I lived was just that. One nation under God, invisible in its lines and fences, instead of one nation invisible in its presence. And I know this country is that heart beating inside the chest of an excited little boy trying to be patient and learn about the world, but he's too afraid to lift his palm and let his blood sing. Because he's afraid that being alive means dying. Because he's afraid to let the red pulsating muscle that is no bigger than his fist, but so much more, lead him through life. When I read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe for the first time, my mind burned and I was alive. When I saw E.T. for the first time, my mind burned and I was alive. When I sung the bare necessities with Blue, running around and around our living, how my mind was engulfed in flames. When I was 6 years old, I had all the answers to all the questions I wasn't asking, and no need for the ones to the ones I was. When my mind burned and I was alive, I made many pledges to a flap of dyed fabric, holding forgotten colonies and faded stars that hung limply at the front of the classroom. And I just want a breeze to blow through an open window and lift it on up so we can start making good on those promises. Thank you.